Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Preschool All-Stars podcast. I'm Bethany Johnson, and my guest today is Shatoya Gibson. How are you doing today, Shatoya?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Bethany.
Yes, thanks for joining us. I'm excited to hear what you have going on. First, I like to always get a little backstory about what was going on before you decided that you were going to start a preschool.
A lot was going on. So before, I'm trying to think where to start. So before I found Joy, I was a massage therapist,
Okay.
working to build a business as a massage therapist, and then COVID hit. So once that happened, it was really hard to massage from 6 feet away. So I had to find a different avenue, a different means of income. So I ended up working from home, which was good, which was fun, So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I like working from home, not having to worry about traffic and all of that. But I was working in a training department as an instructional designer, and all was going well. Work was going well, promotions, but with promotions comes more responsibility, right? But as a mom and as an educator, because I do have a background in education, I wanted to homeschool my son. And he was 5 years old, getting into that kindergarten age. So I needed flexibility. I needed my time, I needed that. And I knew, I had told my husband, I said, I got to find something that I can do that's going to give me that. If not, we're going to end up putting him in public school. And that wasn't our desire for him. So I was just, one day on Facebook and came across, I want to say it was probably an ad, one of Joy's ads, because I can't even remember right now exactly what it was, but it caught my eye and it said, start your own preschool. And I said, that could work. I can do that. I can do that because because I always had a heart for children and a passion for teaching. Right. So I'm like, yeah. I started seeing it. I started seeing me doing it. And I decided to go ahead and, take that leap of faith. So I think I might have found Joy early last year. It was early 2021.
Awesome.
And yeah. And I immediately got the book, read the book in like a day and a half.
Yeah, that's how we all do it.
Yeah. And it was so quick, and it was that spark that was like, you know what, I can do this. So I remember praying about it. I talked to my husband, I prayed about it. We went ahead and invested in Preschool All-Stars. I invested in Preschool in a Box.
Okay.
And then my grandmother passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
April. Thank you. But it was April, I think. Yeah, April 2021, my grandmother passed away. And that put a lot of stuff on hold. It shifted my focus, I guess. I kind of lost track and had to regain stability at that point.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you, my Preschool in a Box sat in a corner for about 6 months. Just sitting there. I hadn't even opened it.
That happens.
Yeah, I mean, because I was so excited when it got here, and then that news came, and then it just sat in the box. But I remember seeing, but I was still part of the group, so I was still seeing stuff on my Facebook. And Joy opened the doors to Preschool All-Stars again in October, and that's when I was like, I got to get back on this, because I knew that it was like my calling. I was like, I knew that this is what God had for us. We just kind of got distracted there for a second, right? So when it came back around, I said, okay, this is it. This is my time. We're gonna make this thing happen. And and I think at that point I started my 30-day challenge, and I mean, things happened so fast at that point.
I love to hear that. Okay, so now let's get into that news. I love that. So you started your 30-day challenge, and just take off from there.
So I had my roommate in college. She's an educator as well. And I called her and I told her about what I was planning on doing. And it's funny because we talked about this in college, starting our own school. Oh. And I just can remember it like clear as day. We'd be not doing what we were supposed to be doing, schoolwork and all that. We'd be binge watching Lifetime movies, talking about what we were going to do when we started our own school.
Mm-hmm.
So
Love
when I
it.
called her about it, she was like, I'm in, all in, let's go. So I started at that point building a team. Well, family really, but my husband, my mom, everybody's on board. So we I remember going back and we got to that day to post our founding family script. And that I think was the moment where it's like, this is getting real.
Mm-hmm.
This is happening right now. We prayed about it and we posted it. And then at that point, we got overwhelming support and response from it.
Yes.
And it was just like, we believed in it, but to see that everybody else was backing us and believed in it as well, it was phenomenal. And we ended up enrolling our
Yes.
first 11 students from that founding family post.
Wow, 11 students just from the founding family. That's amazing.
It was
Well, okay,
awesome.
so tell me about this team. Okay, so it's you and your old roommate, and then you said your family's involved?
Yes. So I have a puppet that we have in our class as well. My husband is our puppet, the voice of our puppet. My
Oh,
mom,
love it.
he gets so in character too. It's pretty awesome. When it all comes together, it's like this is actually pretty neat.
Yes.
And my mom, she's helping us with a segment with cooking. She enjoys cooking, so I said, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Just kind of
I love
putting.
this because I'm working on launching my online program again. And I just teamed up with my mom and we're doing something together. She's going to be teaching some of the older kids and I'm going to be teaching the younger kids. So this is
That's awesome.
exciting that now I'm talking to you and you're working as a team too.
And that's the
So
thing is that's all about the village and everybody, they're
mhm.
invested in the vision. So it's pretty awesome to be able to work with
Yeah,
family.
that's great. So how does your school run? Tell us about it.
Well, we launched in January. January 10th was our soft
Okay.
launch,
Okay.
where we were doing a live on Mondays and
Okay.
then a pre-recorded video on demand that we dropped on Wednesday and Friday.
Okay.
And that has been going very well. And we've only done the soft launch with our founding families.
Okay.
We are now gearing up for our grand opening full launch on the 7th of March. So there's excitement there that's just
Yay.
uncontainable.
Yay.
So with that, it's gonna be a live on Monday and Friday, and we'll have 3 videos on demand Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We
Okay.
have 3 levels of instruction. We have our seeds
Mm.
class, which is kind of like an introductory um, intro to basically just like the school environment. That's our lower level of instruction, and then we've got our sprouts
And
and our
how old are those
flowers.
kids? Are they
Well,
different ages?
they are different ages because their placement. We want to make sure that they're placed developmentally appropriately when it comes to those levels of instruction, and we do an assessment before we place them in their
Okay.
class.
Okay.
Mhm.
So do you have like a one-on-one meet and greet type thing with every
We do,
family?
yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
good.
Before they get started.
That's what I just decided on. So I'm glad to hear that's working out good for you.
Yes,
And
I
so you
love it.
give them assessment, you meet the family, and then you place them where you think they would be a good fit.
Right, right. And we plan to do assessments every term, which is about 3 months. Our terms are going to be 3 months, and we'll do assessments every term just to see, because we once they get placed, that doesn't mean that that's where they're going to be forever. But right now,
Right.
this is where they're developmentally fit.
Okay. And do you give the same pre-recorded lessons to all the levels, or are you doing different pre-recorded lessons for each level?
We were doing the same pre-recorded lesson for all levels, but that I kind of felt like my higher level students that were getting ready for kindergarten were it wasn't, you know, balanced. So we ended up doing different lessons for the pre-recorded um, lesson for each level. So what I mean by that, we'll have the same like circle time
Okay.
or opening, but then when it comes to
Hmm.
the actual lesson portion, it
Hmm.
differs for each level.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then for your live, so you have 3 different classes for live classes too.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes,
And how
ma'am.
much do you charge for your program?
It is 129 a month.
Okay. And so that's 5 days a week, 3 pre-recorded and 2 lives. Is that what you're doing?
Right. Right.
Cool. And you have 11 kids signed up already, and you haven't even opened fully?
Right. Exactly. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. So are you splitting up the teaching between you and your partner?
we do. We kind of I do like most of the math lessons, and then she'll do ELA, literacy, things of that nature. And then
Okay.
when it
Are
comes
you
to
both
social,
on live together?
when you talking about in a live class?
Yeah. Do you both do that class together, or do one
Hmm.
of you take one? Sorry, I'm just asking all these questions because I'm
Oh
trying to
no, you're
figure out
fine.
what I want to do and what the best way is. So you're both on the live class together
Right.
teaching, or one of you takes one class? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And
We
then
try to
for the
both do them.
pre-recorded, do you both kind of pre-record together? I'm guessing you're in different places, right? Or are
Right.
you at the same place?
We're in different places, so we'll record each of our segments, and then I put them all together on Canva. Um,
Okay.
and Canva's amazing, by the way.
Oh, you
So
can do videos on Canva too?
yes, yes. Yes. You can
Oh,
record on
okay. Thanks
Canva,
for
you can put all
that.
those videos together, and you can do what do you call it, the animations and the slide transitions. It's pretty phenomenal. When it all comes together, I was like, this is
Ooh.
nice. I
Oh,
just gotta
okay.
play
Well, I
around. You
need to
really just gotta
learn
play
how to
around
do
with
that.
Canva. And there's so much that I
Yeah.
haven't even come across yet. So
Yeah. Is there a training in the 30-day challenge for Canva videos? I haven't made it all the way through my 30-day challenge. I'm still setting up the hub and doing all that, but I've gotten the editing pictures down on Canva now. So now I didn't even know they did video. So now I got to go figure out how
there's
to do that because that's how I
yeah,
should do
I
it.
mean when I went through the I don't even remember if that was part of the 30-day training. I've done so much after that that might have, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there was Canva templates and stuff that I went in,
Yeah.
and there were videos that show me how to,
Edit
edit
like
them.
pictures and stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I don't remember about the
The
videos.
videos. All right.
I think
Might
I
have to
might have
figure
just
that
been
one
playing
out. We'll
around.
see.
I think I might have just been playing around. I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Because I want to go, I wanted, like when I first did my online program, it was just very bare bones and I didn't have extra stuff and I barely even edited the videos at all. But now I got time and I want to make sure that like I'm producing quality stuff and I want animations and I want different stuff in it. And
Yeah.
so, but I have no idea how to do it. So
And
I
all
got
of
to
that,
learn.
yeah, that comes with time. And that's another thing when it comes to like adding value and making it more interesting. That's my life now. It's like that's what
Yeah.
motivates me and gets me going. I'm like, this is awesome. It's exhilarating just
Yeah.
finding different ways to make it interesting for the kids. And then when they come in and you see those smiling faces, it's like it's all worth it. It's all worth it because
Mm-hmm.
they're enjoying it. So
Absolutely. And tell me about the cooking class with your mom.
well, she's got a what do you call this thing? It's like a toddler cookbook. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
going through and doing videos to show how they can cook with their parents, of course. Not
Mm-hmm.
having kids in the kitchen by themselves, but
Yeah.
how they can make those different recipes and showing them how to just go step by step to
Awesome.
help
And
them.
is that like included in your class times or is that like a separate pre-recorded thing that they have access to?
So it's a separate pre-recorded thing that they have access to, but it's all included in tuition.
Cool. Cool. And do you use the hub?
Yes. Oh,
So it's
yes.
all it's all on the hub for you.
Yes, yes, ma'am. That
Nice.
thing is amazing. And that's another thing.
I
I haven't
know.
even got all of the capabilities of the hub, but
I
it's
know.
phenomenal the
Hmm.
resources that we have. And
Seriously.
it can be overwhelming at first, but once you start chipping away, it's like this is pretty cool. Okay, let me go ahead and try
Yeah.
this. See how that
I
works out.
know.
It's
My husband came down. It was like midnight and he was playing video games and he came down. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I just learned all about workflows and how to make click funnels. And now my website." And I'm like, "I never would have thought that I was doing this." And it took me
exactly.
so long to finally be like, "All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the hub," because I was like so scared because it was like something new to learn. But like the videos are just so step by step. It's just taking the time to
Exactly.
do it. It's
Yep,
so
exactly.
nice. I should have
Exactly.
known. I mean, obviously, that's how Joy does stuff, but it took me
Every
way too long to
to,
decide that I
to,
needed
to
to do
see that, right?
it.
And then, yeah, when
Yeah.
we did
Yeah.
Hub Day, I was like, this is phenomenal. All of it basically done in a day. So, and then
Yeah.
that support that we had, reach out if you got stuck or something got confusing, it
Hmm.
was really good. So yeah,
Yeah.
the
I had like
preschool all
the
sides is
Facebook
just
message come to my hub the other day. Someone messaged my business Facebook and it was in my hub. And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh.
whoa.
Oh, geez. I forgot about that. That can happen. That's so cool.
Right under your contacts. There they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. I know.
Yep.
So cool. Okay. So how's it going with your, now you have, are you able to kind of integrate your homeschooling and your child into the lessons with you? How is that going, integrating it all into your family life?
He wants to. He wants to be involved, and I'm trying to find a way to get him involved because he's
Uh-huh.
seeing all this stuff that I've got, and things I'm sending out. He's helped me with welcome boxes. We send out welcome boxes to our families, so he's helped me
Nice.
put all those things together. And he's like, "I want to be part of the preschool." I'm like, "Son, you're in
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten though. Like you're almost first grade." But there's ways that I'm like, there's got to be a way I can incorporate him and my daughter. She's 2, so there's got to be a way that I can incorporate them
Yeah,
because this
totally.
whole thing was about being there for them, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I think I haven't figured it out
I
just
bet he
yet.
would like he would like to fit in with the cooking class. That would probably be fun, cooking with grandma, right?
He does that. That's actually a really good idea because he's
And
done
I'm
that
sure the
in the
kids would
past.
love
He
seeing
loves
him
helping
do
in the
it.
kitchen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
Bethany, you might be onto something.
I'm sure
Might
the
be.
kids would be excited to, to meet him and have him involved in different things too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We might. Yeah. We might have to make that
Yeah.
happen.
So how are
Yeah.
you got your original all 11 students from the founding family. Going forward, how are you planning on marketing? What's your strategy for getting more students? And what do you cap your classes at?
Our classes are anywhere from 8 to 10 students. Our
Okay.
seeds class, we're capping it at 8, but our sprouts and flowers might be more like 10. But when it comes to marketing right now, it's strictly been Facebook. Word of mouth, we do referrals. If our parents refer in other families, they get a discount on the next month. So that's been
Mm-hmm.
working out well too already.
Yep.
We've got a couple that are coming in with our spring term from the referrals. But other than that, we are really just kind of trying to find other ways to market Facebook groups. Um, and I was looking at some ads here and there, not like paper print ads, but those might be a
Mm-hmm.
little further down the road once we get
Mm-hmm.
things
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yep.
but other than that, yes, mostly word of mouth and Facebook ads right now.
Yeah. Man, I'm like, I feel because I went through all of this 2 years ago with the opening my local, and that was before the founding family script, but just like stressing about like, what if no one signs up? And I just, have this quit my job and what am I going to do? That stress that we all go through when we're first starting out. And now I'm going through it all over again. And it's like, it's so nerve wracking. And I've been listening for the past year and a half, every person tell me, and I was so scared to put out my founding family. And then I finally did it. And now that's me. Now that's me. I'm like, I'm almost ready to put up my founding family, but I haven't done it yet because I feel like I have to have everything, a little more set
Yep.
up. Because if I get signups, then I'm gonna freak out and be like, it's not set up enough. So I'm like going through all the stuff that everyone's been talking about, and I've been like encouraging everyone through it. Now I'm going through it, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is so nerve wracking.
It is a lot, but you know what? What I have in my head when that kind of stuff happens, Joy says it all the time. Done is better than perfect. And
Yeah,
because I'm a
yeah,
perfectionist, I'm like, I want it to be
mm-hmm.
perfect before I put it out there. But
Yeah,
no, done is better than perfect. And even when it came to our launch that first day, I think I put so much pressure on myself for it to be perfect. And Joy said,
yeah,
no, you just have to just show up and be there. They'll be excited that you showed up. And sure
mm-hmm.
enough, that's exactly what happened. Once I took that pressure off of it being perfect before I put it out
Yeah,
there or perfect before we launched, it has just, they don't know what it was supposed to look like, right? Or what the vision was in your
true.
head. They don't know
Yeah,
that. They just see the phenomenal picture that you put in front of them. So who
true.
knew,
That's true.
what it was supposed to
Oh,
be? And then you have more time to make it what your vision actually was in your head. But I know oh my goodness, I can definitely relate to what you're saying because that was me. And that's still
yeah.
me. But I just hear the
Mhm.
joy. Done is better than perfect. And
That's true.
you just
It's
gotta
true. I
do
needed to
it.
hear that. Done is better than perfect. You're right.
Yeah.
What do you guys put in your welcome boxes?
Whew. We've got um dry erase boards. We've got the double-sided dry erase boards with the markers, crayons, craft supplies. We got a name strip with their name on it so they can practice writing their name.
Okay.
Scissors. Oh, the portfolio, because when we do our classes, we have this like a four square that they'll do in the class where we'll write letters or draw something, and I wanted them to have somewhere that they can keep it all together instead of just papers all over the place. So we send
Ooh,
them that
that's a good
portfolio. They
idea.
have all of that together, so even the parent can see, over time, what does this look like. They can see that progression there.
Ooh, I
So
like that idea. Did you just get a binders with like a pocket protector thing with sheet protectors? Is that how you did it?
I got I found it on Amazon. It's a sketch pad, basically a sketch pad.
Okay.
And
Oh
it's like
yeah.
a letter size sketch pad, and it's
Okay.
like spiral bound at the top, and they can just flip through it.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good idea. Ooh, yeah. See, I always ask that because I'm like, what am I going to put in my welcome packets? And I always get great ideas from
Yeah.
you guys. Thank you. So, what would
We
you
got
say?
geometric
Oh,
shapes too, those little shapes that they can play with. I'm sorry, I just thought I'm just sitting
did
here
you get it
thinking there's
all
so much
on
stuff that I can play
Amazon? Was it fairly cheap?
with.
Did you include that in the registration fee? Does it? Because I feel like I want to put a whole bunch of stuff in it, and then I'm like, that might be so expensive that I'm losing money on that welcome packet. So I'm like, I need to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what I had to do. And I had to find the
Yeah.
right things. I mean, so we were between Amazon and Oriental Trading when it came to finding
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
And of course, I had to find things that would make at least 10 boxes. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we made sure that
Yep.
it would stretch. But
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah.
included in. And we only send the welcome box. It's not like a monthly subscription.
A
So
monthly thing. Okay.
it's just the welcome box once they get started. So they have the things that they need as we move through class.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. So you have just the one plan, right? Everyone's on the one plan, the same price, 2 lives and 3 pre-recorded.
As of right
That's how
now,
you.
yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how, I mean, I know you're about to launch your, full on launch, but where do you see this going? What would be your 5-year plan for this beautiful new preschool that you've created? Not to put pressure on you, but
Whew, that is that's definitely pressure. But because I mean
I
we
mean,
have
what do you
such
dream it coming into?
a well, I mean, I told my mom when she asked me the same question, it was like, I can't put limits on God, and I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I would love to see this be something that's, you know, um, universal. I mean, U.S. and around the world, because these types of things are, the founding, the what do you call it, their first
Foundation?
experience with
Yeah.
school, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be something that's, of course, engaging and interactive and fun, that they can look back on and be like, this is where I started, and it was a pretty awesome experience. So, but yeah, I don't know exactly what it's going to be, because I don't even know. I'm even thinking now, like, we might even start local. I don't know, like these types of things,
Mm.
because it's kind of it's I'm like, virtually is fun, but it's nothing like being able to see them face to face. So
Yeah.
eventually, 5 years from now, we might be open local, but we're keeping that option open.
Yeah, it's so funny
Definitely keeping
hearing
that option
some
open.
people are
If I can
like,
get my roommate
local
to do
is
that.
good. Local is good, but I actually really love online. I love that I can do this and this and this. And then some people are like, virtual is good, but I really love local. It's everyone is different. I'm kind of on the same thing. Like I love having the local, but then I also really enjoyed having the virtual. They both have different pros and cons, I would say. Are most of your
Right. I'm gonna
students
say
local to your area, or do you have people all over the
um
country?
most of them are, but I do have two in Maryland, one in Florida, and we're in South Carolina. So we've got some, but most of them East Coast, up and down the East Coast.
Okay.
So
Okay, so they found you
so
just
far.
through Facebook anyway, even if they weren't in
Mhm.
your state. Awesome.
Right.
So how would you say that your life is different now than it was a year ago?
I feel more, I guess, fulfilled. And
Mm,
I don't feel like I'm looking for something that'll help me do what it is that I want to do for my family. I feel
mm,
like I found it. and now I just need to cultivate it. And I'm loving this process of cultivating it, So yeah, it does come with its challenges, right? It comes with its days, but those days are nowhere not as, I guess, challenging as the days before when I just was like, what are we gonna do? I gotta find a way, right? So now I have that way, and it's just all about building it to what God has for it. And that's it. We're just really trusting God as we move through this thing, because that's all it's been. I mean, I don't know how it's been like this or how we got the overwhelming response that we did, but God knows exactly how this thing is going. So we're just going to continue to follow that path that He has for us right now.
Well, clearly you guys have something to offer. If everyone jumped on that founding family script. That's amazing.
And when it happened, I was like, oh gosh, we got to do it now.
Yeah. What did it feel like to get that first sign up?
Oh,
tell me what
goodness.
It felt like in your body. Because I'm so looking forward to it, but I'm so nervous.
It was it was basically a group chat call. We like a group FaceTime. We were just like, oh my gosh, we got that first sign up. And it was just like, okay, we got something here. There's interest here. And we do, like you said, we do have something to offer. So it was awesome. And then as they just kept coming in, I'm like, oh my goodness. It was like mind blowing almost that it was happening. It was happening. Yeah. And that's where we still are. I'm just grateful and thankful and continuing to just, keep pushing forward at this point. It's pretty exhilarating though. That first sign up when that hit the PayPal account, I was like,
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes, totally. I remember that feeling and I'm looking forward to it again. Definitely. Yes. How would you say that being part of the Preschool All-Stars helped you along the way?
Wow. Yeah. I can't even put it into words really, because it has been a phenomenal experience with this wonderful group of women that are like-minded and trying, working toward the same thing. Joy's program, it just took all of the guesswork out of it. It was more so, it wasn't like, how do I do this? How do I do that? It was more like, okay, here it is. You just got to figure out what you want to do for yours. So being part of Preschool All-Stars has been phenomenal. It was the best investment when it comes to this, starting this preschool. Like that, I tell my mom, I tell my roommate all the time, I'm like, this program literally put wheels on a 15-year-old dream that we had. It is moving now. We were talking about this in college and it is moving, and it's all because I decided to go ahead and take that leap of faith for Preschool All-Stars.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love to hear that. So what would you say to anyone else who is, maybe had a dream like you have, but had no idea how to get it started and are thinking about it, but not sure they got what it takes? What would you say to them?
Find like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that are doing it already. And I mean, no matter what it is, surround yourself with people that are doing it already. The same thing, just I prayed about it and made sure that, okay, this is what God has for us. And once I got that, I knew that there was nothing else that was going to stop us. But when we surrounded ourselves with like-minded people and just didn't let the fear of the unknown stop us, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And remember that it doesn't have to be perfect. You have time to make it what you have in your head. Nobody else sees what you have in your head. So you have that time, and allow yourself that time to make it what it is in your head. So just do it. Just take that leap of faith. Buy whatever that program is that you need. And if it's you want a preschool, you definitely need to invest in Preschool All-Stars. That is almost I mean, to me, it's like it was a no-brainer when it came to what you need to make this thing happen. Preschool All-Stars and the Hub has been instrumental and critical making this thing move forward. Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Well, Shatoya, thank you so much for telling your story. And I can't wait to maybe catch up this time next year and see where you're at and see what's going on, because I know you'll be doing great things. Thank you so much. You definitely given me a lot to think about. And I know anyone else who listens to this will also have a lot to think about. So thank you so much for sharing your story and good luck with everything.
Thank you. You're most welcome, and thank you for having me.
If you'd like to have a success story just like that one, I invite you to join our Preschool All-Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance, and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All-Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All-Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.